That sudden searing leg cramp in the middle of the night. The feeling of your own legs becoming unreliable, heavy and weak, as if they belong to a stranger. This isn't just a fleeting inconvenience, it's a thief of confidence, a constant, nagging worry that whispers doubts into your ear with every step you consider taking. It can make you second-guess a simple walk in the park or a trip to the grocery store. But what if the solution wasn't some complex medical mystery, but a matter of simple, targeted, and deeply intuitive nourishment? In this video, we're going to pull back the curtain and uncover the exact nutrients your body is crying out for when it sends these painful signals. We will explore the language of your body and learn to provide what it needs to be strong and dependable. And make sure you stay with me until the very end, because I'm going to share a simple but profound mindset shift that ties all of this essential knowledge together, turning this information into true, lasting strength and cherished independence. You truly don't want to miss it. Nightly pain. Let's talk about that moment. It's often in the dead of night, that silent liminal space when you are deep in what should be a restful, restorative sleep. Suddenly, you're jolted awake. It's not a sound, but a feeling, a pain so sharp, so intensely focused, it feels as though a red-hot vice has clamped down on your calf, your foot, or the back of your thigh. Your muscle is seized, contorted into a knot as hard as a rock, and all you can do is ride the wave, breathing through the pulses of agony, waiting for that merciful release. This experience, this nightly pain, is so much more than a simple physical discomfort. It's a profound disruption. On the most basic level, it robs you of precious sleep, leaving you tired, groggy, and on edge the following day. This lack of restorative sleep can affect your mood, your concentration, and your overall energy. But it does something more insidious too. It plants a tiny, poisonous seed of doubt in your mind about the reliability of your own body. That single moment of intense, involuntary pain makes you question the very vessel that carries you through life. That doubt begins to germinate and grow during the waking hours. You start to unconsciously question your own physicality. You might find yourself hesitating at the bottom of a staircase, not because you're out of breath, but because you're wondering if your legs will feel heavy and weak halfway up. You might look at a curb or an uneven patch of sidewalk and feel a sudden jolt of apprehension, a quiet dread that you don't fully trust your legs to carry you securely. This fear is subtle at first, a background hum of anxiety, but it can grow into a significant barrier, quietly and methodically shrinking your world. The activities you once took for granted or actively enjoyed, like tending to your garden, playing chase with your grandchildren, or taking a leisurely stroll through a beautiful park, start to feel less like pleasures and more like risks. Each one becomes a mental calculation of what might go wrong. This is a very common story, a silent struggle for millions. And if it resonates with you, if you feel a flicker of recognition in these words, I want you to know with absolute certainty that you are not alone. And this is not an inevitable, non-negotiable part of aging. We are so often told that these aches, pains, and creeping weakness are just things we have to accept as the years go by. This is a fundamentally disempowering and frankly incorrect belief. The truth is that your body is constantly, brilliantly communicating with you. That nightly cramp, that feeling of weakness in your thighs when you stand up, it's not a sign of inevitable failure. It's a signal. It's your body sending a very clear, specific message that it is missing some of the essential building blocks it needs to function correctly and keep you safe. The problem isn't you or your age. The problem is a nutritional deficit that has likely been allowed to develop slowly and quietly over time. Think of your muscles and nerves as a highly sophisticated electrical and mechanical system, more complex than any computer. For this system to run smoothly, it requires specific fuels, lubricants, and insulators. When those essential components are in short supply, the system starts to sputter and glitch. Wires get crossed, signals get misinterpreted, and muscles can fire erratically without your command. This is what a cramp truly is, a system-wide miscommunication, a desperate sign of distress at the cellular level. Understanding this one concept shifts the entire conversation from one of passive fear and resignation to one of proactive, hopeful empowerment. You are not a helpless victim of your body's decline. You are the manager of this incredible biological machine, and you have the power to listen to its signals and provide it with exactly what it needs to thrive. The weakness you feel is often not a loss of muscle tissue itself, but a lack of the correct fuel to make that muscle work effectively. The cramps are not a random cruelty of the night, but a direct, solvable consequence of a specific electrolyte and mineral imbalance. So before we even dive into the specific nutrients your body is asking for, the first and most important step is to consciously change the way we think about this problem. Let go of the heavy, suffocating idea that this is just your new normal. Instead, I want you to embrace the role of a detective, or perhaps a skilled translator. Your body is giving you clues, and our job today is to learn how to read them. We're going to investigate the root causes of this discomfort and weakness, and we are going to create a clear, simple, and actionable plan to address them directly. This isn't about a magic pill, it's about giving your body the fundamental tools it has been asking for, so it can do what it's designed to do: carry you through your life with strength, stability, and unwavering confidence. The journey back to strong, reliable legs begins right here with this new understanding. Building bedrock. Every stable, enduring structure, whether it's a towering skyscraper or the miraculous architecture of the human body, begins with a solid, unshakable foundation. When we talk about the strength and reliability of your legs, we're not just talking about the size of your muscles. We're talking about the entire integrated system working in perfect harmony. The bones that provide the frame, the nerves that send the electrical signals, and the muscles that execute the commands. At the absolute core of this system, forming its very bedrock, are two nutrients that work in such a close and essential partnership they are almost inseparable: vitamin D and calcium. We all know calcium is for bones. We've had it drilled into us since we were children drinking our milk, but its role is so much more profound and dynamic than just creating hard, dense bones. Calcium is the spark. It's a critical electrical messenger. Think about the seemingly simple act of taking a single step. Your brain sends a command down your spinal cord to the nerves in your leg. For that electrical signal to make the leap from the nerve ending across a tiny gap to the muscle fiber and command it to contract, it needs calcium. A flood of calcium ions into the muscle cell is what initiates the complex chemical reaction that causes the muscle to tighten and produce movement. Without adequate calcium available at a moment's notice, that signal becomes weak, fuzzy, and inefficient. It's like trying to start a car with a weak battery. The engine might turn over, but it lacks the powerful spark to roar to life. Your muscles don't fire with the same force, speed, or precision. This is a deeply hidden and often overlooked cause of that feeling of weakness, unsteadiness, or instability when you walk. It's a communication breakdown at the most fundamental level. But here is the crucial part of the story, the piece of the puzzle that is so often missed. Calcium cannot do its job alone. It's like having a convoy of trucks full of bricks delivered to a construction site, but there are no workers to unload them, carry them to the wall, and cement them in place. The bricks just sit there, useless. In this analogy, vitamin D is the master foreman of this entire operation. Your body cannot effectively absorb the calcium you consume from your diet and get it into your bloodstream without vitamin D. It is the key that unlocks the door from your gut to your body. Furthermore, vitamin D plays a direct role in managing and regulating calcium's movement into bone and muscle tissue where it is needed. It orchestrates the entire process. This means you can be consuming plenty of calcium-rich foods, but if you are deficient in vitamin D, that essential calcium may pass right through your system, unused and wasted. It's a classic case of having the right materials but lacking the skilled labor to build the structure. This synergy is the absolute key to preventing falls, one of the greatest and most feared risks to our independence as we age. Strong bones, dense with calcium, are of course less likely to fracture in a fall, but the true proactive prevention comes from having strong, responsive muscles that can catch you when you stumble in the first place. When your vitamin D and calcium levels are optimal, your nerve-to-muscle communication is crisp, clear, and immediate. Your muscles contract powerfully and appropriately, giving you the stability and reflexive balance needed to navigate uneven surfaces. get up from a low chair with ease, and maintain a strong, confident posture. A deficiency in this foundational duo is a direct and significant contributor to frailty and the pervasive fear of falling. So, how do we build this essential bedrock? The food-first philosophy is always the most powerful and sustainable starting point. For calcium, we naturally look to dairy products like milk, yogurt, and cheese, which are famously rich and bioavailable sources. But for those who don't consume dairy for any reason, there are wonderful and potent alternatives. Dark leafy greens like kale, collard greens, and spinach, as well as fortified plant milks, almond, soy, oat, sardines with the soft bones included, and tofu are all excellent ways to meet your needs. The goal is to consistently include these life-giving foods in your diet. For vitamin D, the story is a little different and requires a bit more attention. Our primary and most natural source is not food, but the sun. Our skin has the amazing ability to synthesize vitamin D when exposed to UVB rays. However, as we age, our skin becomes less efficient at this process. Furthermore, depending on your geographic location, the season, and your skin tone, getting adequate sun exposure can be very difficult. While some foods are fortified with vitamin D, like milk and cereals, and it's found naturally in fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and trout, many people, especially older adults, require a supplement to maintain optimal levels. This is one of those clear cases where a supplement can be a critical tool for ensuring your foundation remains solid and dependable. Before starting any supplement, however, it is always wise and essential to speak with your doctor. They can perform a simple blood test to check your current levels and recommend the appropriate dosage for your specific needs, ensuring your body's bedrock is strong enough to support a vibrant, active, and confident life for years to come. Soothing spasms. Now we move from the very foundation of our structure to its crucial ongoing maintenance. Specifically, we're going to address that sharp, involuntary, and agonizing pain of a muscle cramp. If vitamin D and calcium are the on switch that tells a muscle to contract with force, then we desperately need an off switch to tell it to relax and let go. That off switch, the body's own natural muscle relaxant and nerve calming agent, is a mineral of profound and often underestimated importance: magnesium. Imagine your muscle cells and nerve endings as being in a constant state of readiness, buzzing with potential energy like tightly coiled springs. Calcium, as we've discussed, is the signal that makes them fire, that releases the tension in the spring. Magnesium's primary job is to act as a physiological gatekeeper. It sits within the cell membrane and essentially blocks the channel that calcium rushes through. It keeps the gate closed, preventing calcium from flooding in until a strong intentional nerve signal arrives. This maintains a state of calm and prevents the nerves and muscles from becoming overly excitable and reactive. When you are deficient in magnesium, that vigilant gatekeeper is essentially asleep on the job or absent altogether. The gate is left unlocked and unguarded. Without enough magnesium to regulate the flow, even small, stray, and insignificant electrical signals from your nervous system can cause calcium to leak into the muscle cell, triggering an unwanted, purposeless contraction. Your muscle becomes hypersensitive and jumpy, like a car alarm that goes off if a gust of wind blows or a leaf falls on it. It's overreacting to normal stimuli. This is precisely what is happening in the middle of the night when that leg cramp strikes. Your nerves, perhaps slightly agitated from the day's activities, fire a few erratic signals. Your magnesium-deficient muscles overreact violently, and you are left with a painful, sustained, and debilitating spasm. It's not a mystery, it's a direct physiological consequence of a simple mineral imbalance. Magnesium deficiency is one of the most common, yet chronically overlooked, causes of muscle cramps, particularly those nocturnal leg cramps that so viciously disrupt our sleep and our peace of mind. The modern diet is a major contributor to this widespread problem. Highly processed foods, which make up a large portion of many people's daily intake, are systematically stripped of their natural magnesium content during the refining process. For instance, when whole wheat is milled into white flour, the magnesium-rich outer bran and germ are removed. At the same time, lifestyle factors like chronic stress, high sugar consumption, and even some common medications, can actively deplete the body's precious magnesium stores. This creates a perfect storm where the mineral we need to stay calm and relaxed is both undersupplied and overutilized. This is why so many people find such dramatic, life-changing relief from cramps simply by focusing on restoring their magnesium levels. Replenishing this vital mineral is thankfully straightforward and can be a quite delicious endeavor. The food-first approach is always paramount. Think of foods that are as close to their natural state as possible. Dark leafy greens like spinach and Swiss chard are absolute powerhouses of magnesium. Nuts and seeds, particularly almonds, cashews, and pumpkin seeds, are wonderfully concentrated sources that make for a perfect snack. Legumes like black beans and lentils, whole grains like brown rice and quinoa, and even high-quality dark chocolate with a high cacao percentage are excellent contributors to your daily intake. Making a conscious effort to include a few of these foods in your daily diet can make a world of difference in soothing those overexcited muscle fibers. In some cases, especially if a deficiency has been present for a long time and is significant, supplementation might be beneficial. Options like magnesium glycinate are often recommended by health professionals because they are very well absorbed by the body and are typically gentle on the digestive system. An Epsom salt bath is another wonderful, time-honored method for increasing magnesium levels. The magnesium sulfate in the salts is absorbed directly through the skin, providing a calming, relaxing effect on the entire musculoskeletal system. It's a remedy that feels as good as it works. By understanding magnesium's role as the body's great relaxer, you can take direct, effective action. You are not just hoping the cramps go away. You are actively giving your muscles the specific nutrient they need to release their tension, stay calm, and finally let you sleep peacefully through the night. You are restoring the natural balance, one nourishing meal at a time. Fueling freedom. We've built our foundation with vitamin D and calcium, and we've installed the calming agent with magnesium. Now, we need to talk about the power source itself. A car can have a perfect chassis, a state-of-the-art braking system, and a comfortable interior, but without fuel in the tank and a spark to ignite it, it's not going anywhere. For your legs, the fuel that provides true sustained strength and prevents that deep dragging fatigue comes from a remarkable and hard-working family of nutrients, the B-complex vitamins. When we talk about energy, we often think of stimulants like caffeine, but that's not real energy. That's an energy loan. It's borrowing from tomorrow's reserves, and you always have to pay it back with interest, often feeling even more tired later. True cellular energy is the biological process of converting the food you eat, the carbohydrates, fats, and proteins, into the molecule that your body actually uses for fuel, a tiny powerhouse called ATP, adenosine triphosphate. The B vitamins are the essential coenzymes, the microscopic spark plugs in this intricate energy production line. Without them, the entire process of creating fuel from food grinds to a slow, inefficient crawl. You can eat all the healthy food in the world, but if you lack the necessary B vitamins to process and convert it, you will feel tired, weak, and sluggish. Your body has the raw materials but lacks the factory workers to turn them into a finished product. This is especially true and noticeable for your legs. The large muscles of the thighs and calves, the quadriceps, hamstrings, and gastrocnemius are huge consumers of energy. When your body's energy production is inefficient, these are some of the very first places you'll feel it. That sensation of heavy leaden legs, the feeling that it takes a monumental effort just to climb a simple set of stairs. This is often a direct symptom of insufficient B vitamins. It's not that your muscles are gone, it's that they are running on an empty tank. 3 members of the B vitamin family are particularly crucial for leg strength and nerve health. Vitamin B1, or thiamine, is critical for carbohydrate metabolism. Carbohydrates are your body's preferred source of quick energy, so a lack of B1 means you can't efficiently access that fuel. A severe deficiency can lead to a condition called beriberi, a classic symptom of which is severe muscle weakness and wasting, particularly in the legs. Vitamin B6, or pyridoxine, is essential for amino acid metabolism, which is vital for building and repairing muscle tissue, as well as for producing the neurotransmitters that your nerves use to communicate with each other and with your muscles. Perhaps most critically for our conversation is vitamin B12, or cobalamin. Vitamin B12 is absolutely essential for the formation and maintenance of the myelin sheath. This is the protective, insulating, fatty coating that surrounds your nerve fibers. Think of it as the thick rubber coating on an electrical wire. When this sheath is healthy, nerve signals travel quickly and clearly. When the sheath is damaged due to a B12 deficiency, the wire becomes frayed. Nerve signals are slowed down, get distorted, or short-circuit entirely. This can lead to a condition known as peripheral neuropathy, which manifests as tingling, numbness, burning sensations, and a profound sense of weakness in the extremities, especially the legs and feet. This is a very serious concern, and ensuring adequate B12 is absolutely non-negotiable for maintaining long-term leg health and mobility. Replenishing your B vitamins is achieved by focusing on a diverse, colorful, whole foods diet. B vitamins are found in a wide array of foods. Meats like beef and poultry, fish, and eggs are all excellent sources, particularly for vitamin B12, which is almost exclusively found in animal products. For this reason, vegetarians and vegans must be especially vigilant about finding foods fortified with B12 or taking a reliable supplement. Other B vitamins are abundant in whole grains like oats and brown rice, legumes like beans and lentils, nuts and seeds, and of course leafy green vegetables. Because most B vitamins are water-soluble, your body doesn't store them for long periods. This means you need a consistent daily supply. This isn't about taking a massive dose once a week, it's about the steady, reliable daily habit of nourishing your body. By ensuring your personal power plant has all the B vitamin spark plugs it needs, you are directly combating fatigue and that heavy leg feeling. You are fueling your freedom, the freedom to move through your day with vigor, to trust in the inherent strength of your legs, and to feel truly energized from the inside out. Improving flow. So far, we have built the structure, calmed the system, and fueled the engine. The final critical piece of this puzzle is ensuring that all these wonderful nutrients can actually get where they need to go. You can have the best fuel and the highest quality building materials in the world, but if the delivery roads are congested and blocked, they are utterly useless. This is where circulation and fluid balance come into play, and two key nutrients are the unsung heroes of this part of the story: potassium and vitamin E. Let's start with potassium. Potassium is an electrolyte, which means it's a mineral that carries a small electrical charge when dissolved in water. It works in a delicate, beautiful, and constant dance with sodium to control the amount of fluid inside and outside of every single cell in your body, including your muscle cells. This fluid balance is absolutely critical for everything from proper nerve transmission to muscle contraction. When potassium levels are low, a condition called hypokalemia, this intricate balance is thrown into complete disarray. The electrical potential of your cells is disrupted, leading to significant muscle weakness, fatigue, and, very commonly, severe muscle cramps. Think of potassium as the master regulator of your body's internal hydration at a cellular level. It ensures that nerve impulses can travel smoothly along their pathways, and that muscles have the precise internal fluid environment they need to contract, and just as importantly, relax on command. Many people focus on hydration by just drinking more water, which is certainly important, but without adequate electrolytes like potassium, that water can't be properly utilized by your cells and can actually flush out other valuable minerals. An imbalance here is a frequent and chronically overlooked cause of persistent leg problems. Now let's talk about the delivery system itself, your network of blood vessels. This is where vitamin E plays a vital protective role. Vitamin E is a powerful fat-soluble antioxidant. Its primary job in this context is to protect the delicate membranes of your cells, including the fragile endothelial cells that line your blood vessels, from the corrosive damage caused by oxidative stress and free radicals. Think of free radicals as tiny rust particles that can make your blood vessels stiff and brittle. Healthy, flexible blood vessels, protected by vitamin E, can dilate and contract properly, ensuring robust blood flow throughout your body, especially to the furthest extremities like your legs and feet. When blood flow is poor, two very negative things happen simultaneously. First, oxygen and all those crucial nutrients we've been discussing, calcium, magnesium, B vitamins, cannot reach the muscle tissue in sufficient quantities. The muscle is literally being starved of what it needs to function, repair itself, and feel strong. Second, metabolic waste products like lactic acid, which is produced during muscle activity, cannot be efficiently cleared away. This buildup contributes directly to soreness, fatigue, and a general feeling of heaviness and achiness in the legs. Vitamin E helps maintain the health and integrity of this circulatory highway, ensuring the good stuff gets in and the bad stuff gets out. It acts as a gentle but powerful catalyst for better, more nourishing circulation. To improve this vital flow, we once again turn to our food-first strategy, which is always the most holistic approach. For potassium, we need to think beyond just bananas, though they are a good source. Some of the most potent and delicious sources include potatoes with the skin on, sweet potatoes, spinach, avocados, beans, and lentils. Incorporating these foods ensures you are constantly replenishing this critical electrolyte, maintaining that delicate, fluid balance that your muscles and nerves so desperately depend upon for smooth function. For vitamin E, we look to healthy natural fats. Nuts and seeds, especially sunflower seeds and almonds, are fantastic sources. Vegetable oils like sunflower oil and wheat germ oil are also very rich in vitamin E, as are green vegetables like spinach and broccoli. By focusing on these whole food sources, you are not just getting one nutrient in isolation. You are getting a complete symphony of beneficial compounds that work together synergistically. You are ensuring that the foundation you've built and the fuel you've provided can actually be delivered to the front lines where they are needed most. You are nourishing your muscles from the inside out, promoting a healthy, life-giving flow that is essential for strong, energetic, and pain-free legs. Your action plan. We have covered a tremendous amount of crucial information. We've talked about the foundational bedrock of calcium and vitamin D, the spasm-soothing power of magnesium, the energy-providing B-complex vitamins, and the flow-improving properties of potassium and vitamin E. This knowledge is a powerful first step, but it is only through consistent action that we create real, tangible, and lasting change. So, let's distill all of this down into a simple, clear, and empowering action plan. This is where we turn theory into a daily practice of profound self-care. The single most important principle to embrace is food first, always. Supplements can be valuable and necessary tools, especially in cases of a clinically diagnosed deficiency, but they should never be seen as a substitute for a nutrient-dense, whole foods diet. Real food contains a complex, intelligent synergy of vitamins, minerals, fiber, and phytonutrients that work together in ways a single, isolated pill simply cannot replicate. The goal isn't immediate perfection, it's daily consistency. It's about making small, deliberate, and loving choices every single day that nourish and strengthen your body. Let's visualize what a day of eating for leg strength might look like, just as an example. For breakfast, you might have a warm bowl of oatmeal, a whole grain full of B vitamins and magnesium, topped with a handful of crunchy almonds, magnesium, vitamin E, and a sliced banana, potassium. Or perhaps 2 scrambled eggs, B vitamins, vitamin D, with a side of wilted spinach, calcium, magnesium, potassium. You're already starting your day by intentionally loading up on several of our key muscle-supporting nutrients. For lunch, consider a large, vibrant salad with a base of dark leafy greens like kale or romaine, calcium, magnesium. You can add grilled chicken or a can of sardines for high-quality protein and our superstar nutrients vitamin D, B12, and calcium. Toss in some black beans, magnesium, potassium, and a sprinkle of sunflower seeds, vitamin E, magnesium, all topped with a healthy olive oil vinaigrette. This isn't just a salad, it's a targeted delivery of leg-strengthening nutrition. It's a conscious act of providing your body with the exact tools it needs to repair and rebuild. For dinner, a piece of baked salmon, a fantastic source of vitamin D, B vitamins, and healthy fats, served with a roasted sweet potato, potassium, B vitamins, and a side of steamed broccoli, vitamin E, calcium, would be a perfect, satisfying meal. As you can see, this isn't about restrictive, bland, or complicated dieting. It's about intentionally and joyfully incorporating these powerful whole foods into meals you already enjoy. It's about looking at your plate and recognizing the strength, vitality, and freedom it represents. Hydration is a crucial and often forgotten pillar of this plan. Your muscles are about 75% water. Even slight dehydration concentrates your blood, thickens your bodily fluids, and puts a significant strain on your entire system. It directly contributes to muscle cramps and feelings of fatigue. Make sure you are sipping water consistently throughout the day. Don't wait until you feel the sensation of thirst, as that's already a sign that you're on your way to being dehydrated. Keeping a water bottle nearby can be a simple, game-changing habit. Finally, and this is very important, it is always wise to consult with your healthcare provider before making significant dietary changes or starting a new supplement regimen. Think of them as a key partner on your health team. They can provide personalized advice based on your health history, perhaps even run simple blood tests to check your levels of vitamin D or B12 and ensure that your plan is safe and effective for your unique health profile. This is a partnership. You bring the commitment to daily nourishment, and they bring the clinical oversight and data to make your efforts even more precise. This collaborative approach is the most reliable path to success. This plan is your roadmap to reclaiming your strength. It's not a rigid set of rules, but a flexible, empowering guide. Every meal is an opportunity. Every glass of water is an investment in your future well-being. By taking these small, consistent steps, you are actively rewriting your personal story. You are moving away from a narrative defined by pain, fear, and weakness, and stepping into a future defined by strength, mobility, and confidence. You are taking back control, one delicious, nutrient-rich bite at a time. This isn't just about quieting leg cramps. This is about reclaiming the freedom to walk in the garden and feel the earth under your feet. It's about having the energy to keep up with your grandkids and make memories with them. It's about climbing a flight of stairs with confidence and ease. And most importantly, it is about sleeping soundly and peacefully through the night, without the dread of that sudden, searing pain. Your strength is your independence. You have the power to nourish it, starting today. What is one activity you would love to do more often, with more joy and less worry, if you had stronger, cramp-free legs? Share your personal goal in the comments below. Declaring it can be a powerful first step, and it will inspire our entire community. This was a real eye-opener. I'm 72 and just assumed the nightly leg cramps and feeling like my legs might give out on the stairs was just part of getting older. The way you explained the why behind it all, especially the magnesium being the off switch and B12 for the nerve coating, makes so much sense. I've been so focused on my heart health, I completely neglected what my muscles were telling me. My goal, to be able to walk my dog for a full 30 minutes around the block without having to stop or worry. It seems small, but it would mean the world to me. Thank you for this empowering information.